isn't dead. It will bounce back when you least expect and leave you all saying, whoa. Welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 90, I think. My name is Kelita, Sahliah. I combine astrology with the crypto market. So let's take a look at what's been going on. The market has been retracing, and I basically mentioned that in the last video anyway. But looking at the Bitcoin stock to floor model, you know, we are in the yellow. We're getting this little pullback in the yellow zone. It's basically just reminded me of possibly like this area here as we've gone lighter orange and so on. So we're just getting a little pullback, but we're still in the bull run, people. It is still happening. But let's take a look at the astrology of this cycle to see what's going on. We are in our new moon phase right now, where price likes to find its resistance level. It is the day of the sun, the 22nd, and the moon phases last 5 days before and 5 days after. So we're fully in the new moon phase right now, it being Gemini. So how will this play out? It's going to be interesting. We're also getting on Mercury moving into Cancer and Venus moving into Taurus as well. So I am seeing things kind of picking up. We should be basically looking at the chart. It does seem our resistance level is coming up here. So essentially this cycle we could get that other pullback down. When it comes to the new moons, we're either pulled up higher to a new resistance level, or pretty much where the price is staying, we're pushed down further because the resistance level is basically where it's at now. And because we are in this energy already, I'm feeling more likely like this is our resistance and we'll be pushed down to a lower support level, which I mentioned in my previous video. It will be healthy to do that. Like, none of the charts, the indicators or anything are on the chart right now. But simply just looking at this, looking at it on eye level, it's moving healthy. We've created a higher high than this previous point when it comes to BTC. But we haven't retested this zone or this zone. So we're looking at these two zones for a retest level based on that. So do keep that in mind. I am still seeing July and August being bullish as fuck. So the rest of June, I'm seeing it's just this retracement type of energy to get a better support, to create a higher high, higher low, so we can build up that momentum to keep us going. With Mercury entering into Cancer, and even before that, it's Gemini energy. So it's just going to be interesting when it comes to our new moon how it's truly going to respond. Gemini, being an air sign, can be quite quick. So I wouldn't be surprised or alarmed if it's more like a V-shaped recovery. So if we do get a wick down, and especially if it goes lower than we probably anticipate it to go, I don't feel it will stay there long. It will just be, as I titled my last video, quick crash before new highs. It may be a V-shaped recovery type of vibe, but ultimately it's just retesting what we need to retest. With Mercury going into Cancer, Mercury represents energy exchange ultimately, but we're focusing on the energy exchange of monetary things. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I just have to protect myself like that. But we're going into nurturing type of energies with this Cancer energy. So the market will be getting ready, is nurturing, is growing. So this pullback is nothing but nurturing and growing the market, okay, creating that structure and things of that nature. And with our Venus going into Taurus as well, Venus represents the material reality and Taurus is all material as well. Is everything okay? I
3 more bags.
For 3 months? No, I spent
Alright, don't worry.
in Lidl.
Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, Venus going into Taurus represents the material. Taurus is the material as well, and it does cover love, but we're not focused on love over here, it's money. So when it comes to the monetary aspect and how we'll be interacting with the hologram, we'll be bringing money opportunities into our toroidal field, because Taurus is the toroidal field. Okay, you'll be interacting it with your six senses. So this is just all telling me it's like quickness coming with Gemini. You're nurturing something, and things of monetary exchange will be coming into your toroidal field. Markets picking up the speed. So let's look at it. If you lot would like a calendar, do grab it. There's digital and physical copies available. Use Lumin10 at checkout for 10% off. So yeah, just go grab that. Now let's look at the charts. I'm going to put my indicators back on so we can thoroughly see. Right now, Bitcoin is on top of the golden pocket. We have gone back into this parallel channel, which is healthy. Even when we came back and had this deep correction, it was still very healthy and very needed. So we've come back into it. Now, what we want to see is, can we really hold the top of the golden pocket? But as we are in our resistance level with the moon phases, I'm seeing we could easily be pushed back to potentially the bottom of the golden pocket. This will be my first zone to keep an eye out of, basically 95k or 96, the highs of 95, as we will be retesting this cluster that happened there, which again, it will be healthy. What we want to see is, can we maintain that, or can we hold that if we are to fall back into the golden pocket, or will we want to retest this area here? So because we're at the top of the golden pocket, we won't entertain this lower zone yet at what, 88k. However, we want to see how we respond at that 96k level if we're not to hold this. The fact that we have with our, are these EMAs or SMAs? Can't remember. EMA ribbons with the EMAs. We're underneath them all. They're pushing us down. But the 200, as you can see, the green line is there. So as this goes up the next few days, we could easily gain support at the bottom of the golden pocket along with the 200 moving average, and that could give us our momentum to go up. Us falling underneath the 200 bracket, and then we'll just have a longer, like, we'll wait to see how we respond at this zone, to see if we're gonna go below it. But the 200 could be a nice support. Even if we go below it, kind of like we did here, I don't feel it will be long if we are to do that. But the next zone I'm definitely seeing is 96k, and it would be healthy. It will be healthy. I know many people will be like, oh gosh, yo, you know, we reached up into the hundreds, now we're back down in the 90s, but it's literally healthy for continuation. We would ultimately create a higher low than this point. But if we are to hover there, it is much higher than there. So that's why I'm like, even if we come back down to retest this, it will still be healthy, creating those higher lows in the market structure. So just keep an eye out for that. But that's pretty much what I'm seeing for the B, of the T, of the C, of the coin. Let's look at the RSI. So again, we have come down a bit lower. We're clearly retracing. Will we want to entertain more like lower parts of the RSI for a big run up to the overbought region? The lower it is in the RSI, we don't really want to be oversold when it comes to confirmation, but we don't want to be oversold when it comes to the RSI. When it comes to bullish momentum and bullish movements, but we could definitely come down lower, and the lower we are, the better, to then become overbought, just like we were in this period there. So like these type of lows, there's still room for that. So just keep that in mind. The MACD doesn't look like it's finished yet on the downward selling pressure. So keep an eye out for that as well. But that's what I'm seeing in the immediate future when it comes to Bitcoin and the markets. We're just retracing. Speed, growth, nurturing, attracting into your toroidal field is coming. It just takes time. So this week, I do feel this cycle, I do feel it will be semi-slow, downward movements and things of that nature. Let's just take a look at the SMAs. Where are we? We're underneath them as well. We're underneath the 55 and the 8 SMAs, but again, the 200, this darker green line, is sat right there at the bottom of the golden pocket. So for me, that's a bit more confirmation that we may get a good support zone at this 96k region before continuation up, as long as we can hold the 69 point. Otherwise, we're looking at 88. We're looking around the 88k zone. So we'll look next Sunday to see how the market will be moving, but ultimately we've still got targets we've not met for Bitcoin. So it is coming at 120k, even 130 at minimum, and we'll see if we break through all of the fibs on this full bull run, because if we do, we could easily be reaching that 200k Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. It's not ready yet. It's getting ready. We'll just pop on the moon phases so we can have a look. So yeah, we had a little support there, didn't move up much, but this new moon, no moon will come in and probably push it down lower. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. I do want to check the Bollinger Bands. How's it going? Oh, we're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band now on the daily, so there may be a little bounce up from the top of the golden pocket. This is what we also want to keep an eye on. Will we just cluster and hover around this zone? Will we go up to the middle Bollinger Band and get knocked down when we're a bit more closer to the new moon? So we'll see. If we cannot hold the 101k Bitcoin, we're going to 96k. All right, so just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the X of the P of the R. The X of the P of the R? The R of the X of the P? The R of the... Anyway. So, unlike Bitcoin, what I wouldn't want to see is if we enter back into this parallel channel. This parallel channel has been going since inception of XRP. I really wouldn't like to see that. However, if we were to do some crazy ass move and do that, then... oh, I'd like to say it's building up momentum, but it would ultimately be creating a higher low compared to the last point, but it would just move so much slower, it takes so much longer. So ideally, we want to see keeping this $2 region. Even if we wick and have wicks lower again, like what it's done, we do want it to bounce back up and keep in that region as well. As you can see, when it comes to the fibs, we just got fully rejected after 0.5 fib. And we've been struggling. Like, look how it's moving in the fibs, people. Like, fibs do not lie. We've come down to we had a little cluster there, broke below it. We literally, you know, touched the bottom of the fib, but that's where I pulled it to. It's come back up. It found its support under 0.236, broke through resistance on this level, came back down to here, gone up just shy of the golden pocket, retested the 0.5 again and got rejected and came back down to this level and has been rejected, and right now we are under 0.236 fib. So we do really want this to turn around. We want to see how low we go, but ultimately, as long as we create a higher low than this zone, then Bob's your uncle, Kofi's your auntie. You know, it's okay. It's completely okay. And even, I'll say, a higher point than the actual body of the candle will be good. So anything higher than $1.80 will be amazing. We've just created a higher low. Going lower, especially creating a candle body, like lower than the 1.60s, then maybe a little green flag. Maybe it is gonna go down to 150 and maybe $1 if it really wants to do that, but we don't really want it to do that. So we'll see. It just needs, Bitcoin just needs to turn around. It needs to turn around. Basically, looking at the MACD, we're entering more of the red. So Is the red aspect really finished? Not yet. Not yet. When it comes to the RSI, though, we have come quite low. So we are lower in the RSI compared to Bitcoin. We've come down a bit, so I am going to anticipate some recovery, but we could get a recovery and then we could get rejected, confirmation burp, and then come back down. Now, this coming back down, when it comes to the RSI, we may create a higher point than we've done here. Once we come back up a bit and then come down, we may create a higher point. What I'll look to observe is if price is lower than what is showing on the RSI, because that will be a bullish divergence and it's just signaling bullish, even though the price is appearing lower than this point. We come lower, but the RSI shows it's higher after it does its little retracement recovery. But it seems as if our no moon, new moon will be coming in around about this zone, our resistance level, and we'll need to enter into our support. When's our support? In July. The 10th, round about the 10th of July, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting from when Neptune is retrograding, we'll be entering into our full moon phase where price wants to find its new support level. So it is kind of just speaking to me, we may be moving sideways a bit slow, downward retracement, up until we're finding our new support level, and then we can bounce off of our support. And it's in Sagittarius, bow and arrow, so there may be precision with what it's doing. This is what I'm saying. Don't be alarmed. It's coming true. It's happening. It's aguan. You know what I'm saying? And just take a look at, I know the moon phases, the full moon would have been about there. Yeah, it seems as if our new moon will probably appear here, and then so on and so on. And then with our SMAs, we're underneath all of them. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this because even the 200 is higher. Price is under the 200, which isn't good. Would really need to see movement when it comes to Bitcoin retracing, turning around. Bitcoin's dominance shifting. We'll need to see that because I'm not liking the 200 underneath it. I'm really not. What we want to look out for is as soon as price can get above the 8, that will signal like change in direction. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. Oh, and again with the EMA ribbons is underneath the 200. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that. So just don't be alarmed if you see another little dip in the market. Bollinger Bands. We are shite. We're like low on the Bollinger Band. Just under it. Yeah, so this tells me we've come back down a bit. We will need a little bit of relief to probably try and retest this zone, get rejected again. Price may come lower than this point it's done now, but the RSI ideally would be higher to create that bullish signal. But for XRP, it really just needs to secure its true support. So that's what we're going to be anticipating up until we reach our full moon phase in July. And once it can confirm its new support, then it should be onward and upward. So we shall see. It is low in the RSI, like I says, which is good. It's low. Could we get a bit lower for bullish momentum? Absolutely, because how high did we go back here? Fully overbrought. This, we were in our highs and we reached this low in the market. We're just shy of that right now. So I don't feel when it comes to RSI we'll go like oversold region, as I mentioned, with the B of the T of the C of the coin. I don't know how to look for Bitcoin dominance. Found it once, but I didn't save it. Come on, laptop. Is it just this one? Yeah, as you can see with the Bitcoin dominance, it's not shifting just yet. It's high on the Bollinger Band. It's just going up. So Bitcoin needs to pull the show, basically. It needs to pull the show before it can flood into the altcoins. We are definitely enter into our overbought regions, so it may calm down soon. It may calm down soon, but not fully. I do feel Bitcoin needs to reach certain highs. It needs to before it fully gives up its dominance, until it's ready to do its last leg at the end of this year, beginning of next. Do you lot see that that's potentially going to happen, or do you feel this next jump will be the end of the bull run and that's it? Do let me know your thoughts. Do make sure you support your girl by grabbing a calendar if you would like, or simply by liking the video and sharing it. Even if you have no one to share it with, just press the share button and YouTube will think that you're sending it out, and then promote the video to more, especially if you feel this resonated with you and if you feel it could help other people as well. I do offer birth chart readings if you're into that, but if not, I shall see you in the next video. Stay safe out there, people. Stay safe. The bull run's happening. They're gonna try scare you out of the market, and then it's going to transform. So hold in there. Anyway, with that being said, I'll see you next Sunday. Angel out. Bye.